Hey Planet Poke people, what's going on? It's me, DiogenZ, with Pokemon Conquest. Sorry about the delay in the upload of episodes, guys, but I've been hanging out with a true Pokemon trainer over the past couple of days. And I'm not speaking in the video game. Oh no! I'm talking about if Pokemon trainers were real, this guy would be one of them. So we'll talk about that in another training episode. But for today, our ambitions lead us into Shingen's territory of Terrara.
DiogenZ, I've been waiting for you. You look different. Well, I do think this battle's gonna be fun, don't you, Yukimura?
Most definitely. If Lord DiogenZ is our opponent, I shall give it everything I have.
Yes, so shall we begin?
Today is the day when we take Terrara from Shingen. Now, out of the two choices you had for which army you wanted to face in order to progress to the next step in the main story, you could have went after Shingen or Kenshin up north of Shingen's territory of Terrara. And that area is called Elusio. If you want to see how that battle went down, check the video description and I'll include a link that links back to the Nobunaga's Ambition game, which is just the Japanese version of this game that I played a few months ago, and in that one I took Elusio's territory. Or, not Elusio. The territory of Elusio I took right from under Kenshin's nose.
You're welcome to try climbing if you want, but I can't be held responsible for what might happen.
So, if you couldn't tell, these large towers with nice convenient elevators up to the top where the banners may be are not so simply just that. It's not a matter of climbing to the top only. There is a bit of a caveat once you hop up there. And I'll tell you right now, that's why we brought two of our flying warriors along with us. But if you bring flying types to this match just like you have to be very careful of that Rhyperior. It uses some sort of rock move, I don't know what it is, it's this Gigunda Boulder Smash from a good distance away. And if it unleashes it on one of your flying warriors, they'll be cut in one turn. Flying types are good for two reasons though. One being that Kenshin's army is mainly comprised of ground types, so Pokemon like Rhyhorn and probably also Drillbur, if I believe he only has Dig, which I'm pretty sure he does. Just one block away from what we need. Well. Wait. We actually can... No, don't end my turn. We can actually get on this platform. Whew. Man, I would have been pissed at myself if I missed that opportunity. So, now that we're on this tower, I can tell you why the second reason to bring some flying types here and how it can help you for. These towers, they may seem nonchalant and very simple to climb, but once you're up there after a few turns, Sandstorm kicks in. Another ground type move, so it's very fitting that it would be in this area. But Sandstorm kicks up and sends any Pokemon on top of the tower tumbling down to the bottom. And if you have a Pokemon that floats or can fly, those are the types that you want to send up to the tower because they will receive no damage from falling off the tower. Mainly because they're flying, they can just float on down to the bottom without getting injured, or they're levitating, so there is no impact from the ground to the Pokemon's feet or tentacles or whatever Pokemon you may be working with on that time. It's important to keep track of Shingen's army here, because they will try to divide and conquer. If they fail to get a banner quickly, they're going to reorganize their strategy like they are now. And here's that wind gust. It's a sandstorm. And that's another nice thing, it does not seem to have any effect on ground types, just like Rhyhorn over there. So if you have a ground Pokemon, which I don't know if you would at this point in the game, we're just going to hop back up here. But if you do, you can also bring it so it won't be affected at all by one of the largest elemental traps on this map. Oh, nice. And we get to take this thing out in one shot. I love Takayashi's Carnivine. So strong. Okay, we have Scraggy. This is another important thing you guys can do. I don't know if I really mentioned this, but if you press the Y button and you use the directional pad, left and right, you can tilt what angle you look at the map here. So get the best angle possible to understand what's truly happening on the map, because for this map with these gigantic buildings skewing our view, it's kind of hard sometimes to keep track of where all the armies are. Here's a cool tip if you get onto the top of these towers and there are many enemies below, and especially since I have Staravia and Rufflet working on getting up to the tops of these towers. Rufflet is a bit farther away than I need him to be, but he will get there in time. But what you can do is, in the spot where the elevator drops you off, that one spot that kind of blocks the way if you sit there, it will exactly do that. If you don't want anyone else up there, and you say already claim that banner.
Did I misread the situation? Still, this battle is far from over.
Yeah, you did misread it, because you thought you could beat us, but you have no idea how skilled we are at taking on your territory. So in the spot where Spiel is there, if you sit there and just wait your turn, bide your time, then you'll be able to just block out every single Pokemon that tries to hop on the lift. The lift will not commence until that Pokemon is out of the way. There's no drop-off. No! Super effectiveness. Uh-oh, we had our iron cuffs broken. That's no good. But this battle is a lot simpler than the one on Illucio, just because it's easier to navigate the area. Let's take out this Rhyperior. On Illucio, you have to teleport in between changing portals. Here, you just have to worry about these 3 towers. And the nice thing about this map is it's definitely just a race. It's an absolute race to the banners. If you can claim them all first, and there's only 3, then you've won the game. And you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to fight the rest of Kenshin's army here. Or did I say Kenshin? Sorry. Shingen had a Lucio on the brain. And you could just simply take the banners and go. Take the banners and run. The territory is yours. So we'll have just a nice block so no Pokemon can get up there to attack my Spiel. I don't believe that they can be knocked off of the towers if another Pokemon hits them, but I've never tried, so I'm not too certain. Thankfully, all the action is taken a turn over to these towers, but we've got 2 out of 3. So now let's go for the last one. Really, all that needs to happen, if in fact Shingen's army can get over to the elevator, is some of them wind gusts have to come by and blow them off. Because I doubt that they'll be able to quickly get over to the 2 towers we claimed already. As far as I'm concerned, this battle is in the bag. But do beware of that Rhyperior. It is slow, it's lumbering, but its attack is massive. It is enormously strong, and if you get hit with it, even if it's not a super effective move, you may, in fact, that's what it's called, Rock Wrecker. And he throws a Gigunda boulder on you. Look, not even super effective, but just one shot and I'm done. That Rock Wrecker is tremendously tough. Oh, and this is just what I was looking for. That minor amount of damage that Spiel and Piplup took is worth the while, because now Tepig gets tossed off. It's super effective because it's a ground type move. I guess against a ground type, or against a fire type, it'd be definitely super effective. And we get the chance to wing attack out and go up to the top of the tower. So a triple threat of awesome. Now let's see them try and stop us. Even if Shingen's army could get over to the lift for the middle tower here, it's not going to do a damn thing, because it takes one turn to climb the lift, and then one other turn to get on the flag. We will already have claimed the last banner by that time already happening. So this battle is in the bag. It's up to you guys how you want to traverse this territory. Either way, whatever you do, whether you fight Kenshin or Shingen first, you're going to have the same result, which you'll see what happens next. But it's going to be the same thing, so never fear. It's all good. It's up to your playstyle and how fast you want to beat the game. I definitely believe that Kenshin's army is tougher to take out, just because they're harder to hit, and the banners are all over the place. In this one, they're pretty much aligned in a nice, orderly pattern. That's very hard to really step out of. I mean, I guess if you walk around the perimeter of this map, you're never going to win, but why would you do that? I don't know. Just try and avoid Drill Burr's dig. I don't think I've ever successfully run away from dig, so that's a bummer. But that tree had a present, so cool for destructible areas. Let's see, does this reheal burn? Nope, just health. Okay. That's good. It's good for you guys to know because we barely needed that. It was just seeing what else we could do in the turn. But that's the game. We have won this one mighty fast. Do check out that other video in the description though so you can see the difference in difficulty there is in trying to capture Kenshin's territory compared to Shingen's sort of pushover tower scheme. And look at that! From the onset, we can have Shingen enter our army. Guess we impressed him.
Fine work indeed. You defeated me, dear Gen-Z.
My deepest apologies. If I had just...
Forget it, Yukimura. Winning this battle was never my intention.
Huh?
I was always planning to join young dear Gen-Z here.
As was I.
Oh? So there you are. I thought you might show.
Anyone strong enough to defeat my nemesis is worthy of my service. From now on, I shall fight for your army, Diogen-Z.
Oh?
Lord Diogen-Z, this is great news! The best news in the world! So with one very simple battle at Terrera, we enabled ourselves to capture 2 more warlords. Not just any special warrior that's roaming the randomness of Ransei. No! We captured Shingen and Kenshin into our army. Freaking fantastic. And this is what I meant by beating either one of them will result in the same excellence. You're going to have Kenshin and Shingen join your army, no matter which one you take on first, and both of their territories will become accessible to you.
And we get an evolution! Yes!
Sweet! That's perfect. Piplup has now evolved into Prinplup. One step closer to Empoleon, which rocks. Yep, that's a result I could like.
It looks like we're heading for an all-out war with Nobunaga in control of Ransei.
Indeed, we will face battles more difficult than any we have experienced before. Yeah, but before all that, I've made us something to eat. Go ahead and enjoy.
I love food! Ah, this does look tasty. How considerate of you. Very well, let's have ourselves a little feast and celebration, shall we?
Knowing that a showdown with Nobunaga was not far away, Diogen-Z's army resolved to take this fleeting moment to relax and enjoy themselves. The merriment did not last long, however.
This short life of man is nothing compared to age of this world. It is but fleeting dream, an illusion.
Brother?
What is it you desire?
I desire Lord Diogen Z to find the legendary Pokemon and bring peace to Ronsei. Unlike you big meanie.
Huh. How amusing. I should like to see you try and make this wish come true. Defeat my subordinates, and we shall see. I'll be waiting for you in Dragnor.
Lord Diogen Z, I'm sorry I didn't say anything before, but Nobunaga is, well, he's kind of my brother. That's how I know. That's how I know that he's serious. We have to stop him, Lord Diogen Z. He'll destroy Ronsei if we don't. Epic dialogue by me. We can't let that happen. That's why I decided to join you, Lord Diogen Z. I know it's going to be tough, but we must battle against the warriors of Nobunaga's army. We'll start with Avia, Viperia, Cragspur, and Yaksha. We can proceed no further until we are able to conquer those 4 kingdoms. I know I'm not strong, Lord Diogen Z, but I will give my all for this cause. Well, the battle has been won, and our pleasant picnic has been plundered by Nobunaga's ambitions to destroy Ronsei with the legendary Pokemon. In the next episode, we shall commence training to take out his army.